We just got this 4710 back in from a demo, and so before it goes back out, we thought we'd get a chance to talk to y'all about probably the most popular series of Massey Ferguson tractors we sell here at PR Equipment, which is the 4700 series. So the 4700 series is a heavy utility chassis tractor. So these tractors come in 07, 08, and 09 and 10 varieties, so 70, 80, 90, and 100 horsepower. These tractors come in a deluxe and a classic variety. We pretty much only sell the deluxe, which primarily because it's going to come with a power shuttle, which also means a wet clutch versus a synchro shuttle. So I definitely suggest going with the deluxe version, no matter whether you get this in a platform or a cab variety. All of these are going to be equipped with a 12x12 transmission. That's going to give you 2 ranges and 6 gears within each transmission. One thing that's really nice about these 4700 series tractors is the addition of a D-clutch button on the shifter. So if you want to shift on the fly from gear to gear, you do not need to depress the clutch pedal, just mash the button and grab another gear. So with that, we get a very spacious cab. One thing that's kind of unique about this is if you're out shopping for this size of tractor, you're going to see a lot of different ways of doing this. We're going to include the buddy seat no matter what. On this tractor, the 4700s, 5700s, 6700s, we're always going to include the buddy seat. We're not going to charge you extra for that. So that's kind of nice, but it is a very roomy and a very large cab. It's very comfortable and well thought out as well. So on each of the 4700 series tractors, we're going to have 3 loader options. So you can get the 931X. This loader is great for if you're just primarily moving hay. This loader is fantastic. It's just a nice simple loader that's more affordable than say like the FL series of loaders. The next loader upgrade from this is the FL 3522. The 3522 is the next series up. It's going to have about 2,800 pounds of lift capacity, but it's going to have that 31 inches in front of the pivot pin. There's a lot of other manufacturers out there that measure everything at the pivot pin, and these two are very different measurements. So that's the next loader. It is also going to have soft ride. I'm a big fan of soft ride. I think soft ride really makes the ride of the whole tractor just a lot smoother because it kind of cushions the loader as you're going across the field. We also offer the FL 3615, which is going to come with a soft ride, but in addition, it's going to be self-leveling. So that's a really nice option as well. So we kind of have something for everybody. So if you're kind of more price conscious and just going to primarily feed hay with it, you know, that's not a bad option to stick with the 931X. We sell a lot of them. We also sell a bunch of the FL 3615, which is the self-leveling with soft ride. Both of those loaders have been really, really, really good for us. So it just depends on what you're trying to do with it and what you're wanting to spend and maybe how much comfort is value to you. There's a number of different tire options that we can get. On this particular version, we've got the R38. So we like to put the big tires on these. I think it just makes the tractor, you know, it's obviously more ground clearance, but it just gives it a little bit better stance than say some of the smaller tractors. On all of the Global Series tractors, we're gonna give you fender mounted 3-point controls on both sides. So you've got them over here and you've got them over here. So we can control that from each side of the 3-point, which is really nice. On a lot of other tractors, it's an option. Coming back to the back, we've got a very heavy axle. If you're out shopping in this category, you're going to notice right away that this tractor is significantly heavier built than a lot of other versions of, you know, in these 70, 80, 90, and 100 horsepower class. This is a very heavy built tractor. We have the option for up to 3 valves. They come standard with 2. You can add a 3rd if you'd like. As far as 3-point capacity goes, this 3-point will pick up about 4,850 pounds, 24 inches behind the 3-point. So it's a very, very high capacity 3-point. We've also got the telescopic ends, which I think everybody likes if you do much hooking up and unhooking 3-point implements. It's nice to have those telescopic ends. They are category 2. And we have 2 PTO options that you can consider, which one is a 540 Eco, which is selectable over on this side here. You can actually shift it. And then there's also a 540,000. So if you do have some 1,000 speed implements, it is an option to go ahead and take that 540,000 and maybe you'll have the option to run like both of those implements, your 540s and your 1000s. So it's a very nice from that standpoint as well. One other thing to consider when you're looking at tractors in this size is lighting packages. It may seem like something small, but in the big picture, it will turn out to be pretty nice to have additional lighting. So with the Masseys, you're gonna have hood lights, you're gonna have roof lights, and you're gonna have the pillar lights. The pillar lights don't come on every tractor out there, so that's kind of a nice, standard feature that we're going to give you. So up in the cab, we talked about the buddy seat, which comes standard. It does flip out of the way too, which I really like because it's easier to get in and out. But a couple other things that you get, you do get this very cushy air ride seat. It's got a lot of adjustments to it, which makes this for a really comfortable ride. Nice armrest. Well, we talked a little bit about the gear shift, and we talked about it being a power shuttle. So if we come up here, we can shift forward and back really, really easily. It is a complete power shuttle. One thing that I really like about this is if you're setting, maybe if you're setting in forwards and you just want to come to neutral, all you have to do is pull up on it. You don't have to shift it back to neutral. You can just pull up. If you need to stop briefly, let back down and go again. I think that's pretty nice. And it also has a turn knob here that changes the aggressiveness of that shuttle. So you can quickly change whether you want more aggressive or less aggressive, just depending on your liking. So coming over, talking about the rest of the transmission controls, to the right side of the seat is your high-low. So that's your high and low ranges. Now this shifter here is the one we talked about with 6 speeds. So you've got 1 through 6 here with a D-clutch button. And that D-clutch button is going to allow you to hit that button and shift to another gear. So there's no clutching needed. You just hit that button and grab another gear. So that's a really nice feature. One other thing that I like on these tractors is the engine A-speed button. This is a button that's pre-programmable. It's very easy to program. You can just set that RPM wherever you want it, push and hold this button, it'll beep, and now you've set your engine A speed. That makes it really, really nice. So when you come in here and maybe you need to set it for a PTO speed, or we sell a lot of spray rigs, and so that's really nice for that because you can figure out where that sweet RPM is, set it, hit it, and just go. And so that's a really nice feature to have. We talked about the hydraulic controls here. It does have 2, it could have 3, and it does have some lockouts for those as well. So if you need constant flow, you can do that. 4-wheel drive is electronic, as well as differential lock. They're both switched here. You can set those to automatic mode or on. You can also, we have a electronic 3-point controls here as well. You've got your engagement for your PTO. Up on the side console is your draft control, your switches for your lights, your rear washer. So moving forward to our joystick, this is our integrated joystick here for our loader control. It's really nice and well positioned and easy to use. It's gonna have a couple buttons and switches on the back, and so what those are for is there's a switch up or a button up here. That'll be if you ever want to add 3-point. 3-point's really easy to add to these tractors because all the wiring is done for you. All you do is install the valve and go. So that makes it really nice. The switch here, that's if you had a loader that had soft ride capabilities. All you would do is switch that on, and now your loader is going to begin to cushion itself as you drive across the field. But you can also turn that off if maybe you need to eliminate that bounce for whatever reason. So also, we have a dash that allows us some information. So we can flip through different screens of this dash, and we can see, maybe how much our fuel consumption is, what our trip looks like, how many miles we've driven, obviously engine hours, when the next service is due, and a lot of features like that that are really nice. So all those are really easy and accessible. Of course, radios are always an option, and we keep those in stock, and you can kind of pick what features you want with your radio. All your air conditioning controls are up here and easy to get to. One thing that really sets the thing apart, and this is why a lot of folks trade in their maybe different color of red or blue or whatever color tractors, or green, is primarily because this is a heavier tractor. So in a 70 horse, an 80 horse, 90 horse, we're typically going to have a heavier tractor at this price point of tractor. If you're looking for a smoother ride, that extra weight really, really helps. And so we can really, offer that to our customers because we do have just that larger stance tractor with additional weight built in. So you're not kind of bouncing through the field so bad. You're a little bit more solid in the field. So if you're out looking for a large frame utility tractor, I really think you should give the 4700 series a try. Come out and drive one for yourself. Let's talk about some pricing and the different programs that they're offering at the time. There's always a 0% option as well as a standard rate. There's just a lot of different ways to buy these tractors, but these tractors have been phenomenal and extremely popular for a lot of reasons, and I think it's definitely worth putting on the list to come check out.